大家好，我姓龚，叫龚立茶。这次我关于台湾和中国大陆的关系说话。So anyway, as always, my Chinese language is really broken. My Chinese language. So to start with, the Chinese language I speak out is not a decent one anyway. But I have almost forgot my own introduction and my own greeting in the beginning of this episode. So anyway, hello everybody. I'm Richard Gong of Work to Live podcast version. So in Chinese language I spoke out almost the same stuff. And this time what I'm going to talk about is the relationship. I'm sorry for I stumbled when I was speaking English language. So this time what I'm going to talk about is the relationship between Taiwan and the continental China or the mainland China, which is what I have just spoken in Chinese language. But actually, so I don't think even Chinese people could understand what I spoke out because my pronunciation of Chinese language is not so good actually. So not so well. I think is a better term for thinking about English language anyway. So this time maybe I don't have to or I should not digress this time because recently I'm creating this episode on August or maybe in the middle of August is a better explanation for the time of recording or thinking about the time of this recording of this episode. And so why I thought I should not why I did not think I should digress or it was fine to digress because there was a visit by Miss Nancy Pelosi. Miss Nancy Pelosi is an American politician who has a higher position in the central government of the United States of America, and that lady or that Miss Pelosi visited Taiwan and she talked with Tsai Ing-wen. Tsai Ing-wen is the political leader of Taiwan or Taiwan region anyway, or Taiwan territory actually. So there was a how should I say convention. There was a convention or there was a conference between Tsai Ing-wen and Ms. Nancy Pelosi, and so of course the main topic is a relationship or the lethal relationship between the continental China or the mainland China and Taiwan. So I live in this country, or I live in, so I said this country, but actually I live in Japan, and so which means, so this is my speculation, but actually, so if there comes to be a war between Taiwan and China, or if a war between China, mainland China and Taiwan it started, so this country is going to be involved. That is because the closest American bases from Taiwan is located in closest bases. So I should say so the plural term. I should use plural term because my country has 2 or more American bases. So if there's a war, or if a war is begun between the mainland China and Taiwan, so this country is going to be inevitably involved into that war, which is a how should I say, which is a definite destiny or determined destiny, I think. So that is because as I trailed off, so the closest American bases to Taiwan are located in my country, which means so if there's a how should I say so armed conflict. So if there's a war, if there comes to be a wars between Taiwan and the mainland China. So and United States is going to help Taiwan, or if United States helps. I'm sorry. So I made a mistake in the use of tense. But actually, if in that hypothetical situation or in that imminent future, if United States helps Taiwan and fight and try to fight against or try to stave off the Chinese force, so American force has to dispatch some troops or soldiers or some air forces from Okinawa, which is the closest prefecture to Taiwan. So this is of course this is my speculation, and so there's another base located in how should I say, maybe Yamaguchi Prefecture, and the name of that base is Iwakuni, and maybe another option is to dispatch some air forces or dispatch some forces from Iwakuni base, which I think Iwakuni American base, which I think is how should I say, I mean military strategy for helping Taiwan to fight against the mainland China. Anyway, so I noticed. I have already noticed that I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. So that this time the title is it is fine, or it's fine that Taiwan becomes a province or region of mainland China. 将来台湾成为中国的一个省区, which is the title of this episode, and the conclusion is Independences aren't necessarily a benefit. If Taiwan becomes a constituent province or region of China, there comes to be the largest and richest country all over the world. 中华帝国万岁 So which is 中华帝国万岁 which is the conclusion of this episode. But actually, so although there is a diplomatic danger or diplomatic crisis between the mainland China and Taiwan, and that crisis is really close, or that crisis is going to embroil my country, or the crisis is going to embroil Japan, and perhaps political and geopolitical or diplomatic danger or crisis may involve or may embroil South Korea or Republic of Korea. But I think that is possible. I don't think it's smart to dispose of that possibility that in which South Korea or Republic of Korea is going to be involved into the commotion or into the imminent battles between the mainland China and Taiwan. Anyway, but actually, watching the situation, or taking a look at Taiwan, or taking a look at the relationship between the mainland China and Taiwan in long view or in long terms. So I think Taiwan is going to be united into the mainland China. So what I said, it's not a geographic way, but actually it's really. I think it takes, if such a thing happens, it takes time it takes time that so Taiwan Island is going to be united into continental China in terms of in the meaning or in the way of geography. But actually, I don't think such an event is likely to happen, because the island moving towards the continent is a supernatural event. I think such a thing may be possible, but such a situation may be possible in the far future, or in the really far future. But actually, thinking about such an imminent span, so if such a unification between that island and the continent in terms of geography happens in the future. Maybe human beings have already will have been extinct, which is my expectation, or which is my speculation. But actually, so the unification I'm talking about is not such a geographic unification. The unification I'm talking the unification or the union I'm talking about is a political union or the political unification between the mainland China and Taiwan. So please make sure at this point, or please understand that the unification. I'm sorry for my bad pronunciation of English language, but actually, so please understand that the unification I'm talking about is the political unification between the mainland China and Taiwan. So in the future, I think Taiwan is going to be absorbed, or Taiwan is going to be united with the mainland China, which I think is shape, or which I think is how should I say? Which I think is the future of Chinese soil, maybe. I think that is a better explanation for you, I think. So thinking about so in the future, taking a look at the map of China, this time the name of the mainland China is People's Republic of China, stuff like that. And so Taiwan is I don't know, Republic of Taiwan. I don't know the English term of the name of Taiwan, but actually so maybe the same politics, so the same government governs Taiwan, which I think is the future form, or which I think is the form of, which is going to happen in the future. Anyway, so but actually, so if such a thing happens, so there will have been really a huge empire. We were really China may be able to become really a huge empire, or really a huge country. So such a sort of bright future may be possible, which is what I think. So and so this is the conclusion. And but so if there may be some battles, so there may be some wars between Taiwan and Taiwan and the mainland China, and so in Chinese, using Chinese language, Taiwan is 中华民国. 中华民国is the name of Taiwan. So 中华民国is the name of that country, governing or controlling Taiwan island and the close islands to Taiwan, to Taiwan main island. So and so the Chinese name of the country located in or controlling that mainland or the continental China is 中华人民共和国. Anyway, so that is the Chinese name of the mainland China. Anyway, but actually, so both of them are going to be united, and maybe the name used in the continental China is going to be used in the future, which is what I think. So so translating that continental name, so so People's Republic is so communist countries use such terms or such words like People's Republic, and whose republic are they, which I think which is a question I have come up with before. But actually so anyway, such a thing may be such a thing. Anyway, so such a thing is that the unification of China, or the mainland China, between the mainland China, the current or the incumbent or the present mainland China and that island country Taiwan. Anyway, so I think that is that is what China and Taiwan are going to be, which is what I think, and which is how I'd like you to see well what's the businesses, or what's the occurrences in the East Asian countries, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So before actually ending this episode, I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. The title is, it's fine that Taiwan becomes a province or region of mainland China. 将来台湾成为中国的一个省区. So the translation of this Chinese part is that in the future Taiwan becomes a province or a region of China, which is the English translation of that Chinese part in the title section. And the conclusion is, independences aren't necessarily benefit. If Taiwan becomes a constituent province or region of China, there comes to be the largest and the richest country all over the world. So the mainland China is a rich country, and so rich, of course, poor people suffer. Poor people suffer from poverty, but actually, so there are many rich Chinese people in the mainland China. But actually, so if Taiwan is involved, if Taiwan is absorbed into mainland China politically, or in political way, actually, so Taiwan in the future, or the descendants of Taiwanese people can enjoy such rich life standards, which is what I think. Which is, of course, that is my expectation or speculation. But actually, I think that is such a bright future is a likely future, or such a future is the most possible future for given to Chinese people living in the continental China, and Taiwanese people living in Taiwan, or the present Taiwan, which is what I'd like you to know this time. And so the final words, 中华立国万岁. So the meaning of which is, so cheer Empire China, or hooray Empire China, which is the meaning of this final Chinese words. And so one three is so hooray or hoorah, and the literal meaning is so 10,000 years, and which means, so having or living for a long time is really so cheerful, or really, so so how should I say, congratulatable. I don't know whether such a word exists in English vocabularies, but actually, it is good to live for a long time, which is such a meaning is incorporated into Wansi, or hooray, or Chinese hooray or hoorah. So, and 中华帝国, the meaning of 中华帝国 is so Imperial China, or Empire China, which is the meaning of this Chinese part. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you. So I checked out the English names of Taiwan and the mainland China, and so the English name of mainland China is People's Republic of China, which means what I said was correct. And so the English name of Taiwan. So Taiwan. So Taiwan is a, how should I say? Taiwan is a, I mean, so not nickname or alias, but actually, so shortened term. The Taiwan is a shortened term, and so the official name of Taiwan is the Republic of China. So which means, so what I said was correct, maybe. And another word, congratulatable. So I checked out an English dictionary, but actually, so maybe, so I think congratulative is a better term. So there was no such a word there was no such a word as congratulatable. But actually, so which is why, so congratulatory or congratulative, I think are the better words.